Hello and welcome to the Community Clubs Victoria podcast. My name is John Deeks, and the purpose of these podcasts is to gain a deeper understanding as to the work not-for-profit community clubs do, and also to educate as we move forward into this digital territory that we're in. And I'm joined by the CEO of CCV, Andrew Lloyd. Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you, John. Good to be with you.
We hear so much about cybersecurity and breaches. I know you've got a friend of yours, and I think a lot of people have seen and may have themselves been breached as well.
That's right. I had a friend that has had their data out on the dark web from breaches with Optus, Medibank, Latitude, and also more recently Avis Rent-A-Car, Hire Car.
So CCV have a manual to assist your clubs to understand their responsibility and the liabilities that are entailed if they don't keep up their cybersecurity. Quite a document.
It is. I love the look on your face when I showed you the 35-page IT and cybersecurity manual that we've actually put in place for our own association. From a due diligence point of view, we always had a IT recovery plan, etc., but with all these cyber breaches, we had our own audits internally to ensure that we have a best practice approach to protect our members' data that we hold, but also to help our member clubs. And Pace Insurance, that's been a broker that's worked with the association of members for many years now. Pace is putting together some additional services in the cybersecurity realm to assist clubs. We know that recent statistics show that not-for-profits and clubs are more highly represented in claims from underwriters than they should be.
Is it because they're more vulnerable?
People have a misconception that not just because you're a small organisation, your data's not attractive to cyber criminals, and that's not always the case. There's other associations I'm aware that have had their SharePoint hacked where the malicious actors have rung up the help desk and impersonated staff wanting a password reset, this type of thing. So this cyber response manual goes through staff training, sets out your plan, goes through hardware life cycle, patching of your software. It's a very comprehensive document and plan that we want clubs to be looking at. And we also want them to engage and talk to insurers, and as I mentioned, Pace is a long-term partner, does a lot of work for clubs.
Now, you did mention to me, Andrew, that insurance companies will say, what is your cybersecurity like? Should they make a claim?
When you're going to make a claim, of course, the underwriters are going to ask, well, what have you had in place? What steps have you gone through to mitigate the risk and to actually protect your data? The Australian Cybersecurity Centre, the stats are very clear that they have reports of issues and breaches every 6 minutes of the day. So the numbers are out there. You know, there's been some less reported cases of regional hospital networks having ransomware attacks and having to pay money, the underwriters, insurers paying money to have systems restored and released. The training is so important for your staff as well. You know, there's ransomware attacks, there's keyloggers, there's remote access Trojans, there's a whole range of things. There's phishing where the emails are fraudulent emails. So the staff training that you need to have in place really assists because sometimes the human element is the weakest link. That's why we're doing micro conferences and some roadshows with presenters talking on this topic and other relevant ones to get club leaders, club managers understanding what they need to put into place. We say to our members, get in touch and tell us if there's a particular topic or guest speakers that you'd love to hear from. Tell us and we'll organise that. So look, the cyber risk management, continuous staff training, password management, strong multi-factor authentication protocols in place, secure email verification of your vendors and suppliers so you don't get these phishing emails saying you haven't paid your bill on time, click here to pay type scenario. Cybersecurity monitoring with your managed service provider. So we have You Want a What IT, that's a long-time IT company that we use at CCV and they're a sponsor. Also regular tested backups and to have incremental backups because we're aware that from the Australian Cybersecurity Centre that sometimes the malicious actors gain access to a network and they just sit there and watch. And if you don't have good systems in place, you're doing backups that may be tainted with Trojans and issues. You think you'll restore the backup and everything will be fine, and then you realise, oh, we're out of options. So it is a complex topic. We would say to clubs, talk with your experienced managed service provider for IT, have the staff training in place, talk with brokers like Pace around the best policy, but also one of the underwriters that Pace is talking with to do a great product has extra benefits where you can ring a help desk and get good guidance and information, even if you don't need to make a claim. We'd encourage clubs to look at this topic and ready themselves and look at the incident response plan and have more reassurance for everyone at the club.
Andrew Lloyd, do you have any anecdotal stories of clubs within the CCV family who have found breaches in their security?
No, there's no standout clubs that, touch wood, have experienced these types of things. However, in New South Wales, you would have read that Clubs New South Wales assisted their industry with the out-of-box issue where there was information stored by third-party providers that was offshore and held to ransom by developers in another country. That did affect clubs in New South Wales, not in Victoria, thank goodness. But that just shows you, once again, the due diligence and the vulnerabilities. You're quite right. So we'd love, as I say, members to talk to us about their needs. We want to make sure that our members' data and people that are members of clubs' data is protected, because I think that summary of the larger corporations that we've seen in the media is cringeworthy enough.
Now, the Community Clubs Victoria IT Cybersecurity Manual, I see, is dated here this month in September when we're recording this. Is this an update or is this a brand new...
No, it's an update, and it's a good point, John. It's a living document. And you want to make sure it's up to date with records of your staff training, records of your hardware lifecycle report, your Microsoft score to do with the products that you're using. Not all products just cover everything. Like any offering to do with a product, you need to analyse in the particular pack that you have, what does it cover? Should I look at increasing that? Are there more benefits of going up the scale to do with other add-ons? And that's something that clubs should be looking at as a regular thing, like they should with their OH&S and risk management plans. It shouldn't just be a set and forget. It has to be a ongoing assessment of these issues.
The updated manual, it's available to all members?
It is. We can help all members with that. Some auditors, company auditors, will be sharing different versions of what they believe is best practice for their clients, but we're here also to help our members with this type of thing, the same as the templates and information we have across a range of products to help our members.
As always, the CCV are here, and please get in touch with Andrew or any of the team here in the office and they'll assist you. But this is probably the most important podcast we've done because it's so vital to the security of every single club.
Look, it is, and we'd just say in closing that club leaders look out for CCV's EDMs, electronic direct mail bulletins. There'll be more information available to do with this topic. And as other emerging issues come along, that's why we're here. We're here to collate and provide key information to our member clubs to make it easy for them.
Please watch out for the next chance to go to a seminar. And how can people know when the next ones will be coming along?
So we're posting on LinkedIn and Facebook upcoming training, both face-to-face training sessions and also webinars. Please share that with your club's management team and your committee members or board members. It's open to all that cohort of people to come along as far as professional development and statutory compliance information to assist our members. So thank you, John.
Thank you very much indeed. Andrew Lloyd, our special guest today, the CEO of CCV, and a very important subject talking about cybersecurity. Thanks for listening.